Las Vegas promotes itself as the entertainment capital of the world. It is known for its opulent and massive casino hotels, a top 3 business conference venue in the United States, and a worldwide leader in the hospitality industry. Little people know, it's also full of hidden treasures worth exploring. In this video, let's find out the hidden gems in the Sin City of the world, Las Vegas. Pinball Hall of Fame. The Pinball Hall of Fame is a museum dedicated to pinball machines that debuted in November 2009. The Las Vegas Pinball Collectors Club created the museum, which houses pinball machines from various decades, including some extremely rare machines like the Williams Black Gold, Bally's Pinball Circus, and Recreativo's Franco's Impacto. It has almost 700 pinball machines, including several old video arcade machines and other vintage and modern novelty equipment. The Pinball Hall of Fame is a non-profit organization that was founded in part thanks to donations, which are still welcome. Tim Arnold, a veteran arcade operator who owned Pinball Pete's in East Lansing, Michigan, runs the museum. The Pinball Hall of Fame may be a fun way to spend a day in Vegas, whether you're traveling with a group of friends or bringing the kids. The fact that the Hall of Fame is a recognized non-profit with the goal of donating money to non-denominational charity causes adds to its popularity. Even purchases of candies and snacks helps charities like the Salvation Army. A visit to the Pinball Hall of Fame is a stroll down memory lane for most adult tourists. On exhibit are games from the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, and 2000s. A couple of games are even from the 1930s. Guests are almost certain to find their favorite pinball games from their childhood. Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area. The Mojave Desert in Nevada is home to Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area. The Keystone Thrust Fault and towering red sandstone peaks, as well as Native American petroglyphs, are among the geological features. The 13-mile scenic drive is scattered with panoramic viewpoints. Seasonal waterfalls occur in the protected Icebox Canyon. Historic structures and hiking trails may be found in Spring Mountain Ranch State Park, which is located to the south. The conservation area is home to a number of enormous red rock formations, including a series of sandstone peaks and walls built by thrust faults such as Keystone Thrust. The 3,000-foot or 910-meter high walls are a popular hiking and rock climbing destination. Nevada's first national conservation area was established in Red Rock Canyon. The Las Vegas Strip is 17 miles west of Red Rock Canyon. Over 2 million people visit the region every year. In stark contrast to a town built around entertainment and gaming, Red Rock offers miles of hiking trails, rock climbing, horseback riding, mountain biking, road biking, picnic areas, nature watching, as well as an inside and outdoor visitor center with exhibits and a bookshop. The Mob Museum. The National Museum of Organized Crime and Law Enforcement, sometimes known as the Mob Museum, is a history museum in downtown Las Vegas, Nevada. The Mob Museum, which opened on February 14, 2012, is dedicated to displaying artifacts, tales, and history of organized crime in the United States, as well as law enforcement activities and endeavors to prevent such crimes. The old Las Vegas Post Office and Courthouse, which was erected in 1933 and is on the National Register of Historic Places, now houses the museum. The museum lies 2 blocks north of Fremont Street, the primary thoroughfare through the downtown casino sector. The museum is controlled by a non-profit board, the 300 Stewart Avenue Corporation, in conjunction with the City of Las Vegas, and was created under the artistic leadership of Dennis Barry, co-creator of the International Spy Museum and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The museum is dedicated to the tense connection between organized crime and law enforcement in the context of Las Vegas's and the United States history. The second-floor courtroom, which hosted one of 14 nationwide Kafava committee hearings to uncover organized crime in 1950 and 1951, is the museum's focal point. The brick wall where the St. Valentine's Day massacre occurred was also acquired by the museum. Other displays include mob violence, casino money laundering, and law enforcement eavesdropping. Following a substantial restoration, a new exhibit called Organized Crime Today was installed to the first floor in 2018. The Neon Museum. The Neon Museum, established in 1996, is a non-profit organization committed to collecting, maintaining, analyzing, and displaying classic Las Vegas signs for educational, historic, artistic, and cultural purposes. Signs from historic casinos and other businesses are displayed outside 2.62 acres at the Neon Museum. The museum's visitor center is a rebuilt lobby shell from the demolished La Concha Motel, which opened on October 27, 2012. Many of these antique signs were preserved at the Young Electric Sign Company's Yesco Boneyard for many years, slowly deteriorating due to exposure to the elements. Locals, business owners, and government agencies in Las Vegas believe the signs to be historically and artistically significant to the city's culture. Each of the repaired signs in the collection has a unique tale to tell about who made it and why it is significant. This is the type of museum that could only be found in Las Vegas. The Neon Museum in downtown Las Vegas has expanded from its humble beginnings as a storage facility for obsolete neon signs. The Neon Boneyard is home to over 200 recovered classic neon sign components from over 200 Las Vegas establishments. Even if you've never met them, you'll recognize some of them. The list of Las Vegas icons continues with Caesar's Palace, the Moulin Rouge Hotel, and the Golden Nugget. Take a guided tour any day of the week, or better yet, at night, when ingenious lighting captures the glistening grandeur of a pivotal chapter in the city's pulsing history. Mount Charleston. The Spring Mountains National Recreation Area and the famed Mount Charleston are just 45 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip, making it one of our favorite adventure escapes. Over 1 million people every year enjoy the stunning vistas, hiking, skiing, and other activities. Mount Charleston is named after adjacent Mount Charleston, which has the highest peak in Clark County at 11,916 feet. Mount Charleston is located in the Spring Mountains, northwest of Las Vegas, and is known for its hiking paths. It also has a 64-room hotel called Retreat on Charleston Peak. Temperatures are substantially cooler, at a height of roughly 7,500 feet than in Las Vegas, which is around 2,000 feet, making it a favorite vacation destination for Las Vegans. The region is also renowned as an affluent Las Vegas residents' vacation hamlet. Because of its great height and seclusion from the vastly contrasting desert lowlands, Mount Charleston is described as Sky Island. With towering cliffs, deep narrow gorges, steep hillsides, and bleak windswept peaks, the wilderness stretches along the top of the largely north-south Spring Mountains. National Atomic Testing Museum. The museum spans the time period from the first tests at NTS on January 27, 1951, until today. A ground zero theater, which mimics the sensation of witnessing an atmospheric nuclear test, is one of the museum's exhibitions documenting American nuclear history. Geiger counters, radio badges, and radiation testing devices, as well as Native American artifacts from the test region, pop culture ephemera from the atomic period, and equipment used to test the devices are among the other displays. Other exhibits include movies and interactive exhibits regarding radiation, as well as notable individuals at the site. Make sure you learn about Nevada's atomic past as you learn about the state's amazing history. The National Atomic Testing Museum in Las Vegas, only minutes from the world-famous Las Vegas Strip, is the best way to travel back in time. The National Test Site now known as the Nevada National Security Site, was monumentally essential in comprehending nuclear warfare and continues to be critical to national security to this day. Springs Preserve. Colorful desert floral gardens, museum galleries, outdoor performance and event facilities, an indoor theater, historic picture gallery, and a system of walking trails meandering through a wetland habitat are all part of the Springs Preserve. The Las Vegas Valley Water District owns and operates the 73-hectare Las Vegas Springs Preserve, which is dedicated to wildlife trails and exhibitions. The preserve is about 3 miles west of Las Vegas, Nevada's downtown area. The preserve is centered around Las Vegas's original water supply, the Las Vegas Springs. The preserve demonstrates how to survive in the desert and takes advantage of the resources there. A dual-use idea is featured in part of this project. The parking lot, for example, is the reservoir's top, and the shade structures in various sections are solar cells that create electricity for the property. A fleet of hydrogen-powered utility cars is also used by the gardens. A solar-powered hydrogen fueling station refuels the automobiles on site. As we can see, Las Vegas is not just about casinos and world-class entertainment. It's also full of attractions, left undiscovered yet by the majority of its population. It's also home to different gems that bring people down memory lane. It also engages people in the freshness of nature and the environment. Well, since 41 million people visit Las Vegas every year, hidden gems can no longer be hidden at all. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.